Namaste and hello. This video is in response to a message that we got from one of our followers called Weil, and she says, I would love to see content about how to handle mornings with lower back pain, body aches based on stress, morning yoga or stretching, what to do. Thank you so much. Peace. So thank you for that message, Weil. We've been sending messages out to many of our followers and asking for requests. So if you've got any requests on a video that you would like to have done by us, then send us a message. So anyway, yeah, back pain. I know all about back pain. I suffered for about 3.5 years with a really chronic back condition, sacroiliac joint. It was really very painful, very incapacitating sometimes, to the extent that I couldn't, I would drop down to the floor and I couldn't move forward or backwards for a little while. It happened to me on the stairs, even just simply walking. I was in a yoga class once on all fours, and all of a sudden the same thing, my back locked and I couldn't move forward because of the pain. I couldn't move backwards. I was stuck in this position for about 8 minutes. Not ideal, although I did continue teaching. So right now I am pain-free, and I expect to continue to be pain-free. How did I do it? How did I heal my back? I wish there was one single answer, but there isn't. There's many things that you need to do to activate that healing mechanism inside of you. So your body is amazing, and given the chance, it will heal anything that is going on inside of it. But these healing mechanisms are very sensitive and they need certain conditions. And when we are out of balance, when we are super stressed, when we are impure, we have lots of toxins, toxicity inside of us, physical, mental, emotional, this will prevent healing mechanisms from kicking into place. So a little bit of inspiration, an inspirational read that you can get is Spontaneous Healing by Weil, MD. He is a medical doctor. This book is fascinating. Lots of amazing testimonials of people who have healed themselves through different conditions, life-threatening conditions that have been healed spontaneously and through long journeys as well. And then from this book, I was actually recommended the Healing Back Pain book, The Mind-Body Connection by John E. Sarno. I'll put that in the comments. 2 books worth getting if you want to embark on a healing journey and if you want to empower yourself to heal anything, basically. But we're talking about back pain, and as I said, there's not just one single thing that I can recommend you do. There's lots of things that I recommend you do. Sort your diet out, make sure you're getting enough movement, reduce your stress levels, support the body to come into a condition, a healthy and balanced condition, whereby these healing mechanisms inside of you can be reactivated. In terms of the message that we got from Weil, what can you do in the morning? So on my personal journey, every morning I would do exercises religiously, specifically for my back. So apart from my yoga practice, when I wake up and I'm still in bed, I will immediately go into a few exercises. And these are exercises that nobody showed me to do. I just chose different exercises that really felt like they were working for me. Exercises that stretched into my lower back area, exercises that supported my abdomen to be strengthened, so that's supporting the lower back, exercises that release the butt muscles and release a bit of the hamstrings as well, exercises that mobilize the spine, so we have different ways that the spine moves, side flexion, extension, rotation. We want to have all those different movements so that our spine becomes supple and more free. So I'm going to share with you I think it's about 6 or 7 exercises that I do immediately upon waking, and I encourage you to make up your own set of exercises. Of course, you can start with these ones and then develop this little practice in your own way to suit you as an individual. And you want to be able to like do these exercises every day religiously, so you want to enjoy them. When we are working with these exercises, completely key is working with the breath. So long, deep, full breaths, sometimes breathing in through the mouth, sometimes breathing in through the nose. I find that I tend to use Ujjayi most of the times, so I'm breathing through my throat area, through the nose, and hearing that sound of Ujjayi in the throat. Every time you're breathing, you're feeling that movement of the breath and directing it with your mind into different areas of the body. Whatever exercise you are in, don't be rigid. So use it as a form of exploration. You want to feel and move in different ways, challenge the body to open up and release in different ways, and go to your edge. So don't be afraid of a little bit of pain. I went through a lot of pain on my yoga mat when I had my back problem, and I met that pain. I pushed into it gently, but I didn't step back from it. I went to my edge and worked with my edge, and sometimes that's going to be quite uncomfortable, but I encourage you to go through that, because on the other side is the healing that's coming to you. Okay, so my exercises, I'm lying in bed and I usually wake up on my side and so I start off by going onto my back, and then I draw my knees into my chest, and immediately this is a nice stretch to the lower back, and I'm taking long deep breaths, so I'm breathing in all the way into the lower back area. I'm feeling the movement of the breath all the way into my sacrum area. Long deep full breaths, and maybe I'm going to rock a little bit side to side. I can press my sit bones down, so I'm flattening more into my sacroiliac area. Just play around and explore what's possible in terms of releasing and stretching into your back in this position. And then from here I do a very gym-like exercise, and it's all about strengthening the abdomen, because if we can build up the muscles of the abdomen, this is going to support the lower back. So I'm doing crunches, and the idea of crunches is that the abdomen is working strongly. You don't want to bring your knees too far forward towards the head. You want to keep them above the hips or away from the head, okay? So this is the movement. Might be a little bit more towards the head, but try and keep your knees above the hips and push them away from the head like this, and then you're crunching, crossing over, and I do this 100 times. And then I straighten my legs. You can bend the knees a little bit if you need to. I flex my feet and I reach up like this towards my toes, towards my feet, fingertips lifting up into the air. And if you reach down and touch the abdomen, you'll feel how the abdominal muscles are really working here. I do 50 of these, but you're going to take your time to build up to that. And then I drop, in this case I'm going to drop my right foot onto the bed and take the outside of my left foot to the knee, and I'm going to push the left knee away from my head, and at the same time as I'm pushing with my hand the left knee, I'm actually pulling the knee towards me, so there's some resistance, this action here, and I'm going to feel release in the left hip, and that release is going to go all the way into the lower back. It feels really good. And then from here I'm going to reach around my legs, taking hold of the right knee, and I'm going to gently pull the knee towards my chest, towards my head. You want to make sure that your left foot is flexed, so you're protecting your left knee. So make sure the left foot is fully flexed, and actually the right wrist will be resting against the side of the right wrist, will be resting against the left foot. And you're just pulling the knee towards the head. If you take your right foot out to the right side a little bit, that's going to intensify the stretch. And it's a really good stretch in the butt muscles, and it's a really good stretch in the hamstrings as well. Okay, so you do that on either side, and then I might do happy baby, and again I'm wiggling around, breathing deeply and playing with this position for a little while. I can hold on to the tops of my feet, flexing my toes, hold on to the outside of my feet, pull my knees down towards the bed or the armpits, and then from here I'm going to roll over onto my front, and I'm going to do some back strengthening. So you can lift up the legs, lift up the shoulders, lift up the head. You could have your hands behind your head. You can have your hands out, airplane-like. You can have your head on the floor and just lift the legs. You want to be working the lower back, the back muscles with this Shalabhasana position, basically. So play around with different positions of the arms, holding the Shalabhasana for a few breaths, releasing, do it a few times, and then placing the hands far forward and coming up into a very relaxed cobra position for a nice gentle compression, or actually it's a deep compression of the spine. Feels good. And then pushing back into Balasana. Breathing here, sending some love into whatever part of your back is the problem area. And then coming up onto all fours for one of these exercises that is really very key to supporting a healthy spine. So it's cat-cow and then the C position as well. So you're going to cat and cow. And when you're like this, rounding the spine, you can hold the breath or you can breathe deeply. Do the same here, hold the position and breathe deeply, or move between the two, inhaling as you arch, exhaling as you round through the spine. You can do a C shape, so the shoulder comes towards the hip, left shoulder towards the left hip, and you can just have a little bit of a wiggle around. So after those few exercises, hopefully your spine is warmed up and more supple, and you're ready to start your day. And coming from this position, you're in a good position to get out of bed safely. So turning to the side edge of the bed, dropping the feet down to the floor, and then getting up. This is another thing that really makes a big difference, because I remember I used to have my bad back and I would simply get up like this and I would go, oh my back, it really hurts, ow, pain. And actually just by rolling over onto my front and then getting out of bed like that would make all the difference to the first few moments of my day. So my back would be much more happier. So Island, I hope this helps a little bit. My last words are, find some exercises that you can do in bed, still in your pajamas, or hopefully you're naked in bed. And find the exercises that you enjoy and you're going to commit to doing every single day. It took me about 1.5 years to heal my back. So it's not a quick fix, it's going to take time, but at least by doing these exercises first thing, you're going to get some mobility and maybe reduce the possibility of severe pain as you go through the day. So namaste, send in your requests. We would like to do videos specifically for you. So yeah, see you again soon.